Hi, you guys. So, I already know that this message will be kind of irritating to some people, but I just want to put it out there anyways. And feel free to scroll on by, do whatever you feel that you need to do. But I really felt compelled to share this. You know how certain things just kind of show up in our reality kind of over and over again? It's almost like it's waving a flag, like, hey, pay attention. And you kind of, after so many times, you kind of ask yourself, wow, like, what is this really trying to show me? Especially if it's something that triggers you. Like, what is really, what is this trying to show me? And I feel like on a collective level, this is happening major. So many of us are falling for the fear, and it's so easy but I'm here to convey this message that sometimes when we look at the deeper meaning of things, it gives us a sense of liberation when we look deeper instead of just the surface reality of things. And what came to me really strongly yesterday, and many times, but it really just, really came just like really absorbed into my psyche, is knowing and the realization that, we each as individuals make decisions in our life that are the best for us, that resonate, for us. And so often, you'll have family members or friends or other people being like, wow, like they're judging you for the decision you're making. And this is happening on a global scale with the V word. Some people want to get it. Some people would rather die, And it's like there's this huge, amount of conflict there because, it's like this person has one point of view, this person has another point of view, and we're trying so hard to get other people to see our point of view. And I don't know about you guys, but have you ever convinced anyone in an argument that you're right? Very hardly, never, probably. And it's almost like, like all the time, I feel like people, especially in the spiritual community, are trying to wake people up. But it almost feels like you're screaming at a wall, right? And that's because we all hold our own unique experience through life, like you've never walked in my shoes, I've never walked in your shoes. How could I ever try to make a decision on your behalf about what you should do, And it really hit me because I really truly understand now how each of us make decisions in our life that really serve us in our path, in our journey. And who are we to say that that's wrong for another person, even if, we think certain things about that decision are gonna, be negative for you. We have to learn on our own, through our own experience and our own journey, what's right for us. And sometimes we have to learn the hard way, and we can't negate that experience just because we know better. It's so liberating to yourself, to your emotional health, your spiritual health, to realize everybody is on their unique path and their own journey. They're making decisions that really just serve them in their path, even if you disagree with it. And I feel like it's so liberating because you just release the need to control. And I trust in my heart, that people can try to make you do things, and maybe you're in a situation where you might have to choose, to do something you might not want to do, and that's just part of your journey you're going to have to navigate. But I really truly feel in my heart that we are sovereign beings, that we ultimately make our own decisions based on how we react and interact with the world, and what kind of frequency we're holding. And there's like so much fear being pumped in to the collective, and it's up to us as transmuters, as vibrational energetic beings, to recognize when something is fear-based and what, does it resonate with you? Does it feel true for you? Are you falling for the fear, And it's okay if you have been. It's okay. We're all on our journey. We're all human. We're all experiencing this wild, life. But I feel like the less we need to control other people and the less we need to judge other people, that's really the key point that I got last night in that meditative state is, you know, like I saw somebody excited about a decision that I wouldn't personally make. But the shift that happened within me, looking at that, I actually smiled. I actually smiled at her decision because I understood on a very deep level that it was the right decision for her. Even if I wouldn't make that decision for myself, I understood how it's the right decision for her. And I immediately felt so free and so content. And it's like, how does that happen when I used to hold such a rigid view, you know, that people needed to agree with me, or I needed to convince people that this is right and that's wrong, you know? You might hold the truth that is so true for you, and other people, it's like a lie to other people, and vice versa, right? Maybe it's supposed to be that way, you know, and I feel like, what do we really get out of trying to convince other people that we're right? It's like we're investing so much of our power, so much of our energy into these people. Like, just what if you like flip it around and put that energy in yourself and realize, wow, I really don't have to give my energy to things that don't really serve me, you know? And it's one thing to try to do it out of love, but I feel like most people, not most people, a lot of people do it because their ego is so, I don't know what you say. Their ego is just like taking control, and they have to be right, and they have to convince you that this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. It's like the same situation. Have you guys ever had Mormons come to your, or like, you know, Jehovah's Witness or anybody come to your door and they knock on your door? I would bet at least 90% of people see them at their door and they don't answer. And that's because, which, no judgment, you know, there's beauty in talking and having conversation too, and exploring what other people feel and believe. But I feel like most people would not answer that door because they have to come to their own conclusions in their life based on their personal experience and their lived experience, you know? And it's like, you know, when you're a parent and you're trying to tell your kid, you know, you might get hurt, you know, be careful. It's like, you could say that all day. You could say it till you have no voice left. They have to experience life, and they have to have the consequences, the natural consequences of their actions to truly learn. You know, you could tell them, don't do this, you're gonna fall. Of course, they want to do it. They want to try it for themselves. That's the human journey, right? And there's beauty in that. And there's also beauty in letting people have their journey without needing to convince them that they're wrong, even if it's totally opposite of your own worldview. You know, it's like, what kind of frequency are we really trying to emit into the world? You know, a lot of people are so judgmental because you're not aligned with maybe their religion or their worldview, and they think that you're being manipulated, or they judge you, and they're like, oh, I'll pray for you, you know. Like, a lot of people say that they're not doing it from a place of love. You know, if you're doing it from a place of genuine love, that's beautiful, that's amazing. But a lot of times we masquerade around like it's from love, and it's really not. It's really from fear. And I think it's so important to take inventory and see, how does this feel to me? What is my intuition really telling me? Because I really feel like that's our highest operating system, is our intuition. You know, there's definitely a lot of noise out in the world, but that's the beauty of being an energetic being, a spiritual being having a human experience. You have this internal knowing. We are all psychic. We're all clairvoyant. We're all clairaudient. You know, it's just developing those skills and being able to listen to yourself, even when there's a like loud everything noise around you. Maybe that's why this is all happening, so we can come into a greater, you know, understanding of our own power and our, like, what are we giving our energy to? And it's just so liberating to know that every soul here is on their own unique journey. They're on their own path. And the only way we really get to experience the fullness and the richness of life is going through those experiences. Even if you think those experiences are going to cause them pain, you know, sometimes we have to learn through the pain, you know? We can never really grow when we're comfortable. And I think it's just so powerful because it gives you this sense of liberation, of not needing other people to agree with you. And is, you know, so uplifting to me personally. It feels so uplifting because I can really appreciate other people's journey even when they're totally different than me. Where before, it's like I felt this need, like you I wish you could understand, you know, like I wish you could know what I know. And there's so much information out there. You could swap information all day, and still people have to come to their own conclusions. And I don't know, I just wanted to share this message because I feel like it's so powerful. And I appreciate the diversity in this human experience very much. And I'm just sending you all, guys, all so much love. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you guys next time.